They run fast, so it wasn't easy, but Raider Replay caught up to the South Cross Country team on a few occasions this season. South was coming off a stellar finish in 2007, but it was back to work in 2008, and here about halfway through the season, we joined the Raiders at Shawnee Mission Park for the Mill Valley Invitational. Now, we can't let the JV team fall under the radar. They've been tearing up the competition all year long. First, girls JV Lauren Shawwecker out to an early lead with Claire Dolan, Celeste Banks, and Melissa Mayer close behind. Still in the upper fourth of the pack, we see Vicky Eba and then Riley Miller. Down to the finish, Shawwecker in a neck-and-neck race for second place. She's going to power through for a great finish. Not far behind, Dolan takes fourth, followed by Banks in ninth. So out of 11 South runners, 8 finished in the top 30. That was good for a second place finish as a team. On to boys JV now. Here's the gun, and they're off. About 5 minutes in. Here's Sam Lutz vying for the lead. Not far behind him is Will Dubois hanging on to fifth. A few minutes later, Sam Lutz out to a huge lead now, and look at this. Patrick Schmidt, Dubois, and Alex Brown right behind him. And at the finish, no surprises here. Sam Lutz has this one by a landslide, and South's going to dominate here. Schmidt takes second. Dubois, unfazed by the wardrobe malfunction, takes third, and Brown in fourth.
I knew I had it when the kid that was racing me for the first mile died off. The guy kept trying to pass me. Bruce kept telling me to hold back, but I didn't want him to pass me, so I kept going with him. And Bruce told me I had 50 meters on him. In my mind, I thought, yeah, I got this. But I didn't slow down.
South takes first as a team in this one.
We rocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, baby.
10-11.
Now on to the big time. Girls varsity here. Jordan Smith pushing hard early, seen here just behind the leader. Sydney Olchin, Lindsey Brown, and Haley Klein rounding out the upper 13. A few minutes later here, Brown and Klein catching up to the head of the pack, and in the last part of this one, Klein jumps out to a huge lead for the win in this one. Lindsey Brown finishes 8th, and Smith drops to 13 for the finish. Girls take second as a team in this one.
Oh my God!
Boys varsity now, led by junior Andrew Stevens. Unfortunately, this one was over before it even started. Mitch Loring of Gardner Edgerton out to a huge lead. He'll go on to take first place in this one by 24 seconds, but Stevens takes a nice push into second. Seniors Pat Oberzan and John Kohler in the upper part of the pack too. Here about halfway through, Stevens has second locked up easily, and here he finished 12 seconds ahead of third place. Also coming in the top 10, Oberzan in 8th place and Kohler in 9th. Boys take first place in this varsity 5K.
I'm thoroughly tired. I'm ready to go watch a movie.
It's really hard when you're going through the race, then you got like 200 left and trying to get everything out of the gas tank.
It was really hard. It was not like soft at all in any places. So down the hills, you know, you would have to slow down a little bit if you didn't want to hurt yourself.
It's rough, tough, and gets really dirty when there's no one watching. It's intense. All out adrenaline rush is all I can say.
South made quick work of the competition at Shawnee Mission Park, but the Raiders had their sights set on a bigger goal, state.
We started out real good. We had a really good summer conditioning program.
We hope to do really well at state, hopefully podium.
For our team, it's gone really, really well, and I think we're going to do great at like league, regionals, and state.
We're going to hopefully peak at state regionals time, take state from Northwest.
We're hoping like podium at state, like get top 3, and we'll think we're able to do it.
We might have a chance at winning state. We'd have to have a perfect race, though.
It's the girls' division in 6A is extremely tough, and for us to make it to state, it's a huge success. They have the potential to place on the podium, and there's a chance that they might not make it just because how tough it is. The guys, you know, we've been second last year, 5th, and then second again. So I'd like again to make it to state and get on the podium, top 3.
So enough talk, let's see what happened. The Raiders were coming off a big week at 6A regionals. The girls won the meet with a 3rd place finish from Klein, Smith taking 4th, Brown in 7th, and Antrim in 10th. The boys placed 5th as a team, failing to qualify, but would send Andrew Stevens, who placed 4th, and Peter Friedel, who placed 13th, for individual competition. So here we go, Rimrock Farms and Lawrence. Both South runners begin by settling into the middle of the pack and gradually move up. About halfway through things here, Stevens works his way up fast, takes a big stab at the lead here. A little bit later, after the runners make their way across Rimrock's bridge, Stevens drops back to 7th, Friedel still in the top 30 behind him. And when it's all said and done, Stevens crosses the finish line 8th, followed by Friedel at 22nd.
I did what I wanted to do at the 2 mile mark. I was 6th and 5th, like right around there. I wanted to finish 5th, I got 8th. I tired out at the end. That felt great when I was up with the leader, because he led the whole time. I think it was a pretty solid race for me. I just need to come back next year and see what I can do.
I think it was a lot harder this year than it was last year. The times were faster, and the first 2 miles, everyone was bunched together. No one broke away like they usually do, so it was pretty tough to stick with everybody. I'm satisfied. I had a good race, and I'm happy.
The big focus at state was on the girls' team, hoping to improve upon their 5th place finish at state in 2007. 6A girls is a tough division, and the girls knew they were going to have to finish in the upper 4th of the pack to get on the podium. Unfortunately, South's top runner, Haley Klein, was only able to finish 23rd. Behind her, Jordan Smith finished 28th, and Antrim in 33rd. South's other 4 girls finished between 37th and 66th, so out of 101 girls runners, South once again takes a 5th place finish at state. So the mood at Rimrock, clear frustration, South falling short of their major goal at state. But on a grander scale, the Raiders still had a lot to show for the 2008 season and look to come back next year even stronger.
We're a Class C program, so I'm trying to emulate that through the tide. It's semi-formal.
I can't remember in my head. Is there somewhere I can dial it from?
What are you doing?
Kristen, I don't know how to tap.
Well, you see, this is the fun bunch right here. Yeah, they smile. They have so much fun. They smile. And they yell when they run. Yeah.
Yeah! And yes, please. Okay. And that,
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, John, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's a 9.
What the?
Hey!
With the 2008 cross-country team, this has been Jack Hockman for Raider Replay.